Hi, I'm Prasad Setty, and today I'm joined by my good friend, Brian Welle, as we talk about the future of work. Great to have you here, Brian.
It's great to be here with you today, Prasad.
Can you tell us about how people analytics helps organizations solve business problems?
We've got data engineers who are architecting the infrastructure. We have a team of researchers understanding inputs, outputs, prediction. They're trying to extract as much value out of all of that data that we can get in order for us to understand what our employees' needs are and how we can meet them in the moment. And then we partner very strongly with business leaders to help roll out changes in a way that can be deliberate, structured, and measured. And when we do that right, we can actually track over the long run whether we're delivering the improvements we thought possible with all of our interventions.
That is very exciting. Can you give us an example or two of how you use people analytics to shape culture?
As we transitioned to working from home, our analytics team keyed in on 3 outcomes we knew were vital for a healthy employee experience. Number 1, the ability to remain productive. 2, the ability to connect with other employees in a way that was socially meaningful to them. And then the third was their ability to maintain healthy well-being and work-life balance in the face of a whole lot of changes. And because we already had baseline measures, we were able to continue and actually make more frequent our data collection through this transition period. And that became the outcome variables for a lot of investments that our company was making to improve productivity and connection and well-being for our employees in the longer run.
Any interesting findings, anything that was a surprise to you and your team as you looked at the data?
It just so happens that right before the pandemic started, we had launched a research project on distributed work. We looked at teams that had members that were distributed across different locations in different time zones. What we wanted to understand was, did this experience of working in a distributed fashion impact performance, impact connection, impact the ability to get work done? And the end result was our employees were remarkable at using technology to actually get work done productively. There was no negative impact to the performance scores or promotion trajectory if you were the person who was virtually participating in teams, and that was wonderful to see.
It is very promising to hear that your research has found that these behaviors can be learned to make distributed teams more effective. Can you share a little more about technology or practices that can help geographically spread out teams?
Goals have always been important. We know it's a driver of productivity and focus for teams. It becomes all the more important when we have people who are working across multiple sites, because during the times when I'm not on a video conference with you or we're not having an instant message chat, I'm making decisions about how I'm spending my time and how I'm doing my work. Keeping focus on the priorities of the team and the goals that our team is trying to achieve helps me make those decisions in those moments. And therefore we find that teams that have strong goals and an articulated set of team priorities thrive.
Is there one practice that you would advocate for all organizations as they think about shaping the future of work?
I'd say be experimental, be open to something new, make sure to measure along the way. And I think there's no one company that's going to change the future of work. It is the whole ecosystem of companies learning from each other, but being bold in their experimentation. So that's why I'm genuinely excited about this moment.
Brian, thanks so much for the conversation today and your generosity in sharing new practices and research that will help organizations as they think about the future of work.
Thank you, Prasad.